Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, welcome, Bandaholics, to yet another band review. You saw the title and thumbnail, so there's no need to sugarcoat this. You already know we're going to take a closer look at the all-new sportloops. The breathable, infinitely adjustable band style that is a fan favorite and now come in this dual-tone design. I don't know, Apple's getting really creative on this style of bands. And let's be honest, it's either a hit or miss for most people. I'm pretty much indifferent. These bands are hella unique, and I figure that this style drew some inspiration from the International collection, since some of those bands features this same vertical partition that separates the band in two, such as the Greece band and the USA one. Today, we're going to take a closer look at all 6. That's right, you heard correctly, 6 all new bands to choose from. But before we start, as always, make sure to stick around until the end of the video, as I will be giving away one of these sportloops absolutely free. Alright guys, grab a snack, grab a drink, because this is going to be a good one. Let's get started. So here's the deal, folks. At first, not gonna lie, I didn't like the idea of the vertical partition right down the middle. Initially, that is. Lately, it has grown on me, as some of these color combinations are super unique, while honestly, some are just plain tacky and feel off. These bad boys retail at $49 a pop, so not cheap by any means, but arguably worth the money, depending on who you ask. I like these a lot for sports and weight training, as they are infinitely adjustable so that you can theoretically make them as tight or as loose as you want, have some amount of stretch to them for extra comfort, they're lightweight and secure on the wrist. Alright, I'm sure most of us are pretty used to the sport loop, so let's go ahead and get started with our first color, pink, pomelo, and tan. See, this is one of those bouncier and more upbeat bands that is composed primarily of 3 distinct and complementing colors. The main color scheme is going to be more or less around a pink vibe. And the main color is going to be this pretty standard tan that is also easy on the eyes and follows through to the plastic inserts. This is good, as a tan color is a neutral color that should combine well with most casing materials and colors. The other half is comprised of a brighter, more in-your-face pink color that really pops when outdoors. This brighter pink actually has more elements of oranges and reds in there rather than a straight-up girly pink that initially comes to mind when thinking of the color pink. And finally, flanking both sides is a streak of this eggshell mixed in with just a slight amount of a nude color in there. It's not white, but the streak gives this band a very distinct and unique look to it that I honestly can't hate on. This band looks really good, by the way, on the rosier gold aluminum offering. Up next is quite possibly my least favorite band. It's been a while since I've disliked a band this much right from the get-go. That's right, folks, I'm talking about Dark Cherry Forest Green. And it's a shame because Dark Cherry is an absolute god-tier band and looks terrific on all the other styles it's featured in, like the braided solo or sport bands. Apple just had to go in and ruin this band like the crap is all this. The Dark Cherry is fine, but it definitely does not pair up well with the Kaka Pine Green color. It's okay if this is your favorite. You can hate on my opinion in the comment section below. After all, I'm just some guy on the internet with an opinion. Okay, let's slow down. First off, the left part of the band is going to be comprised of that very dark forest green and follows through to the plastic inserts. The right hand side is of course that beautiful dark cherry that on its own is a complete banger. And then, heavily accented flanking both sides, is this peachier streak that runs along the sides that gives this band a very awkward color combination, in my opinion. Looks rather tacky if you ask me. If this band is your favorite of the bunch, let me know in the comments below. But as far as it goes for me, nah man, not cutting it. I do feel I may be going a bit too hard on this band, but I'm gonna wait until the new green aluminum watch is released, as I feel like it'll pair well with that one, since the plastic inserts are the dark pine green color, which should match up well with the darker green aluminum. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now, let's go from my least favorite and now look at my actual favorite of this release. Might come as a surprise to some, but it is the Maize and White Sport Loop. Not only am I a sucker for the brighter, more energetic bands, but I was already a big fan of Maize on the braided solo, and now to have such a beautiful combination here is such a treat. The left vertical side of the band is going to be your white color, but isn't exactly 100% white. Look closely under direct sunlight and you'll see that it actually has tiny hints of cream coloring, as well as a dash of eggshell in there. It's very subtle though, which creates this really soothing and calming effect on the eyes, despite this one being kind of bright. The right hand side is this fierce yellow that radiates as loud as the sun's rays. It's a huge attention grabber, and the yellow here looks more vivid than the yellow found on the Maize braided solo. I feel here on this style the saturation was definitely turned up more and looks less pastel-y like, if that's even a word. Pastel, I don't know. And to round out the band, we feature a peachier streak that's more on the pink side on both sides to give this band its distinct look. The pink also follows through to the plastic end here, as you really can't go wrong on combining this with any color. It goes well with just about any casing color and material. Moving right along, we feature our newest product red band for the Sport Loop line. I have collected most of the product red Sport Loops over the seasons, and I love how every time Apple adds a unique twist to product red on the Sport Loop line specifically that really gives each product red Sport Loop a life of its own. Here, the visceral red is very pronounced here, and it's evident that this band was meant to grab some attention with its darker burgundies mixed in with brighter, more in-your-face reds. The left vertical section is what you think of when you think of product red, a very deep and rich blood red that is easily distinguishable and creates an energetic vibe right from the get-go. But then you're slapped in the face a bit softer thanks to the darker, more calming dark burgundy that the right side brings. This darker wine color is then translated onto the plastic inserts and plastic end, and finally, the band is rounded out with a nice accent thanks to this brighter, almost pinkish red streak that flanks both sides. You can see how all these tones of red come together beautifully on the underside where the Velcro is, with our obligatory product red branding right underneath. Obviously, this band was meant to be paired up with the product red Apple Watch, and my god, I have to say, the vertical partition design looks magnificent, specifically on this product red color option. Almost done, we now head over to Tornado and Gray. You know how I always say, bandaholics, that there's always that one band within a batch that is always going to be the chiller, more toned down and low-key band? This is the band of this bunch. If you prefer the non-flashier bands, the bands that don't draw attention while still being really gnarly, then this is the one for you. At first glance, it appears there's not much going on here, but actually, I really dig the color combination. The left-hand vertical partition is your standard black. There's really nothing fancy going on here. The black Sport Loop has been featured for many generations, but it's the second color that gives this band a little bit more character. The right-hand side is this interesting conglomeration of colors that includes elements of dark tans, browns, and even hints of gray in there. And the streak flanking both sides takes a different approach from most of the other colors. Instead of being contrasting, we have a complementing color here with this darker khaki green color that rounds out a rather stellar band. Definitely a dark horse. I wouldn't just brush this one off as being the boring dark band. Nah, this one actually has plenty of character to it with the interesting color choice and looks great on my space black titanium Apple Watch or even the space gray stainless steel. And last but not least, what do we have here? We now look at Abyss Blue Moss Green. I really dig this one. I'm not too big on blue bands, but I am really about any green bands, and I think this band mixes up both colors quite well. Abyss Blue is a pretty gnarly color and has received good criticisms thus far. Our right hand side is going to feature that mysterious Abyss Blue, a blue that is both dark, mysterious, yet really attractive. I really like this blue. I feel it really has a character of its own, and then it's paired up with this mossier green to the left that isn't too dark and yet at the same time isn't too lively. It's a perfect color to keep the balance of the band intact without drawing too much attention. The brightest part of the band is going to be that streak flanking both sides and that bleeds into the plastic ends here. But interestingly, the plastic inserts feature the darker Abyss Blue variant. Overall, a very spectacular band and one that is truly unique. I don't think we've seen a band quite like this one before. This is a good example of a healthy mix of related colors that doesn't come off as tacky. I'm looking at you, dark cherry and pine green. And there we have it, guys. Just like that, we are done and have just the solo bands left, I believe. How time flies. It seems like just yesterday I received them all and began the video production process. In any case, I did want to inform you guys that the Apple Watch Series 7 has been confirmed to go out for pre-orders this Friday, October 8th at, I believe, 5 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're over here on the East Coast, should be around 8 a.m. And like I said, I will be reviewing every new aluminum color as well as probably ordering the Hermes watches as well. To not miss a single beat, make sure to subscribe to my channel with bells, and coincidentally, that's the first rule to the giveaway. I didn't forget. So yeah, if you want to enter to win a free Sport Loop band of your choice, simply subscribe to TheJuan&Only. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, go on and give me a follow on my socials, as that is where I will announce the winners on Halloween, October October 31st, which is a Sunday. And finally, drop a comment down below letting me know which of the casing materials on the Apple Watch is your favorite. You have the aluminum variants, the shiny stainless steel variants, and then there's the bougier titanium models. I'm going to throw y'all a curveball and say if I had to pick, it'd most certainly be the discontinued ceramic casing material. Ah man, I really wish they brought back ceramic for the Series 7, but who knows if we'll ever get to see it again. Alright guys, I hope this video helped. Good luck to those that enter the giveaway, and I'll be catching you all here real soon. Peace.